sucks to say, I don't get it. I don't usually do these more talky videos, but I just can't get it out of my mind. The prices for the Steam Machine just dropped, and they are baffling. Like, when you look at the pricing, and I'm Australian, so they're going to be a little bit different. If I'm not lazy, I will have put up some comparisons somewhere when I start talking about it, but I might be lazy, who knows. All you need to know is, it's expensive to be a gamer in Australia, and you're about to see why. $1,609 for the 512GB version. $2,109 for the 2TB version. All without a controller? Like, if you want the controller, you add more? That's insane. It's baffling. It's baffling. That's the only word for it. It is baffling. For context, in Australia, an Xbox Series X is going for about $850. A base PS5, it runs you back about $1,000. Now, before I properly get into this, I don't think the pricing is Steam's fault. I understand that AI bullshit is ruining the entire world, especially that of the tech industry, and we should all rebel against this horrible technology that we all hate and sucks. Prices are going up across the board. That PS5 you can get for a measly $999. I paid about $700, mid-700s for it at release. This is the first time that, at least what I can remember, a console has actually gotten more expensive over its lifetime as opposed to less. Like, as it gets more outdated, for some reason the price go up. That's disgraceful, and again, we should be rebelling. And the Switch 2 is about to get a big price hike, but the point stands. Even at these prices, the price that has been set for what you get, it's not adding up. I don't understand how you can justify it at that price point. This isn't all going to be about the price. And please don't get me wrong, I come at this as a fan of Steam as a service, and Valve as a company, you can do a hell of a lot worse. I would call myself an above average gamer. Not like skill or anything, I am awful at video games. You can watch my Twitch to prove that. Twitch.tv/Forgotten Donut, link in the description. But I enjoy games as my main hobby. I have a PS5. I have a big computer that's pretty dang decent. I don't have an Xbox because no one has an Xbox. I have a Steam Deck. We just got a Switch 2 before the big price hike comes in. I like game. Hell, I would call myself more a console gamer than a PC, at least at this point. I enjoy the ease of just putting a game in my game machine and it work. I don't have to fiddle around with settings to get the right performance. If the game doesn't work, that's the game's fault, and I can just return the game. I don't have to worry about it. It's that kind of ease of access that I think the average to casual gamer appreciates and is actually looking for in a machine. I am getting back into PC gaming, and the customizability and variety of options that come with a PC is something that I'm starting to really appreciate and understand. So when you have a console that's a PC, it offers customizability in the Steam library, but it's advertised as a plug-and-play, simple console that you can just run games on. In theory, I can see how that appeals to pretty much everyone. But when you try to appeal to everyone, you make no one happy. Let's say I'm already a PC gamer. I'm Johnny PC. First off, I probably already have a PC. The Steam Machine is most likely going to be an extension of my existing PC. Like how the Steam Deck allows you to take your Steam games portable, the Steam Machine takes your existing Steam games and puts them in the living room. Or hell, maybe you were looking to upgrade your middling PC parts and thought, this might be a good middle ground, something that the whole family can enjoy. First off, the price is an instant turnoff. I know we keep returning to it, but the fact it is $1,600 for 500GB, that's like 2 games these days. Honestly, it's the main turnoff. You're gonna hear the price a lot. But at that price point, there goes the extension market. I can't imagine too many people that are gonna have this that already own a PC just so they can play games in the living room for that price. It wouldn't make sense, or you're so much richer than I'll ever be. For the PC Master Race crowd, you could build a PC for the same price that is equally, or more likely, a hell of a lot more powerful than what the Steam Machine offers, while also allowing for a lot more future customizability. It's going to be a lot easier to find cheaper parts for an existing PC market than specialized parts to fit in that tiny little Steam Machine box. Even pre-built has come a long way. A lot of companies offer custom pre-builts that can blow this thing out of the water and allow for a lot more future-proofing, alongside also being a workstation that and I know how awful they are, especially nowadays, can very easily run Windows if you or your circumstances mean that you can't fuck with Linux. So the PC players, they're gone. There's no reason for them to buy this. What about your console players? I'm Johnny B Console, here we go. This is the new Steam machine on the market. Same thing, chances are I already have a console. But let's say I'm not. Let's say I'm looking between an Xbox, a PlayStation 5, or a Steam machine. Switch 2, that's in its own kind of category. I don't know, it seems to be doing its own thing. They're doing their own Nintendo stuff. Don't worry about that one. So I'm instantly writing off an Xbox, because, again, who the fuck plays an Xbox? But I kind of wasn't kidding. Chances I already have a bit of an allegiance to one of the brands, whether I grew up on a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, or I was an old Xbox 360 kid saying slurs while playing Call of Duty. I don't really see what a Steam machine brings to the table for that price. It is, by all accounts, less powerful than a base PS5 and an Xbox Series X. It's like comparable to the S is what I've heard. Again, I don't 100% know. I don't have one. And is almost double the price without a controller included. But it does come with less storage. That's a bad thing. So already, I feel like I'm spending a hell of a lot more for a hell of a lot less. But that's not all, because I'm Johnny B Console, remember? I'm a casual gamer. Can the Steam machine run Fortnite? No? Why do I care? I'm kind of not even joking, not in terms of Fortnite, but will the Steam machine have Grand Theft Auto 6? The game that is set to break records and maybe the entire economy for a day at launch? No? Then I don't care. You've lost the console market. Anyone who even thought about maybe thinking about considering possibly getting the Steam machine as their console, no GTA? Bye. See you later. It's gone. No thank you. Goodbye. As much as some don't like to admit it, there is going to be a large number of people that's going to be dropping that 1K for a PlayStation just for GTA. 1K not even including the fucking game. Not to mention, the ease of a console is kind of gone when you constantly have to check which game can run and which game can't. Look, call me simple if you want, but the fact that the only games that release on a console are ones that are gonna work for that console, mostly, makes it so much easier to be a console gamer. The idea of seeing games that you know will not run on your console just sitting there in the marketplace, not like at the shops where you're like, oh, I don't own an Xbox, so I know this won't play on my PlayStation. It's in the storefront that you can access. Knowing to get some things to work, it's going to be messing around with the settings, downloading third-party software and fixes. The average gamer isn't going to bother. They're just not. I want to buy a game I see for the system I own and just play it. That's the ease of console gaming, and you've lost it. A bunch of people use their consoles as home media systems. They get the Netflix app, you binge. Do you guys have binge? We have binge here. Can that work on the Steam machine? I don't know. Maybe you can get it to work, but is that going to be a hassle? I don't see a Netflix app on the Steam store. So you have the need for customizing and troubleshooting with the drawbacks of specific system parts and console limitations all in one? You really have the worst of both worlds. And the best, I guess. Look, I've been a bit facetious, okay? I kinda know who the Steam machine is for, or at least who it was for. The Steam machine was for me. Maybe like 2-3 years ago, but me. I'm the perfect demographic for this. I didn't know how to build a PC. I still kind of don't. I picked some parts and got someone else to do it. And I was scared to hop into that world. It felt so daunting. I wanted to be a PC guy. I did, but the ease of plug and play consoles, it drew me in every time. I put a game in and it works. That's so good. So that kind of gateway drug, look, that's what I'm looking for. Something that offers a couch console experience with the flexibility of a PC. Are you kidding? That's perfect. I see the vision. But it's feeling a lot less Seth Rollins and a lot more Logan Paul. What's great about that joke is that you don't have to be a wrestling fan to get the joke. You just know, oh, Logan Paul's probably the bad one, and it is. Maybe I would have spent a little more. Okay, if PS5 is 1K, I probably would have dropped 1K on something like that. At a push, $1,200? I spent more on my Steam Deck than I did my PS5 just for the portability of it. And we always come back to it. At that price point, I just don't think the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. A friend of mine did the math. In Australia, at least, you can get a comparable pre-built PC and an Xbox Series X for the same price as a 2TB Steam machine. I just don't know if the average consumer is looking for this kind of device. The Steam Deck brings your Steam library wherever you are. The Steam VR, that's kind of a novelty in of itself. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit fiddly, but you have an expectation of what it can and can't run. It's a handheld, and maybe that's unfair, but you kind of walk in knowing this is going to be a limited machine. I can play Batman Arkham Knight beautifully on it, though. That's crazy. The Steam Deck is crazy. But for $1,600, 2 Xboxes, 1.5 PlayStation 5s, I don't know who the Steam machine is for. If it's for you, tell me. I want to know. Why are you going to be buying it? Are you going to be buying it? Why are you buying it? Genuinely tell me. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see more of you, and I have other video essays that I make. You can share this video with a friend. That would also be really cool. We're just starting this channel. I don't want to make a challenge. 1,000 likes and I buy a Steam machine. I'm kidding. I am joking. Don't tell my fiance. And I'll see you next time in the donut hole. Don't let that sign off influence your liking and subscribing. Please, I'm still working on it.